Oh, boys and girls, the day has finally arrived. It is FM22 launch day, finally, which of course means it's non-League to Legend launch day. This is the 7th year in a row we've done this save. If you're not really sure what a non-League to Legend save is, feel free to watch any of the previous 6 years we've done on this, or probably for a more condensed version. I put out a video yesterday explaining the rough rules and premise of the save, but the really, really quick version is it's a journeyman save where we go full-on role-playing realism mode, and every decision I make in game has to be based on the decision I'd make if I was in that situation in real life. Really easy, really simple stuff. And yeah, we're about to get going. But before we get going, we do have a couple of bits of housekeeping to sort first. Don't worry, several of these involve you getting a free copy of the game. Housekeeping thing number one. As ever, I'm setting a like target. If we hit the like target, I'll release episode 2 today as well. The like target is 5,000 likes. We hit it on the Barcelona series. We hit it on Non-League to Legend last year. If you hit 5,000 likes before 9 o'clock this evening, you will get episode 2 as soon as we hit 5,000 likes, or at 9 o'clock, depending on, it'll probably be at 9 o'clock. But 5,000 likes by 9 o'clock tonight. If you're new as well, make sure you subscribe to the channel, turn your notifications on. This series is going to be daily, but there's going to be loads more Football Manager content coming out on the channel over the next few weeks as well, plus loads of previous stuff for you to have a nose through. So make sure you are subscribed to the channel. And as mentioned, winning copies of the game. I've got 2 to give away. One is going to be given away to someone who retweets that this video is out. So I'll put a link to the tweet I want you to retweet in the description below. If you just retweet to let people know the video is out, the series has started, and then at some point in the next couple of days, I'll pick a winner off of those retweets. The second one is going to be someone from the comments section. So if you want to win a copy of FM22, just let me know down in the comments. You want to win a copy of FM22? Same deal. In a couple of days' time, I'll just pick the winner from there as well. I think that's all the housekeeping stuff. It's not. You can buy the game at a discount. 10% off. Links in the description below. Supports the channel. That bit's an ad. I think that really is all the housekeeping stuff now, so we can roll the new intro and get into Non-League to Legend 2022 edition. And here we are then, boys and girls. Leamington have today confirmed the appointment of Kevin Chapman as the club's new manager. Why Leamington, I hear you cry? Because they're the club nearest to my house that I've not managed on YouTube in the past. Don't believe me? Don't you worry. I've got some proof. Here's a map, Google Maps specifically, showing you how far it is from where I live in the vaguely, I don't actually live right there. I live vaguely in the Leicester area. I'm not going to show you my address. What do you want my address for? But yeah, the distance from Leicester to Leamington, 36.4 miles or a 50-minute drive. There are no other football clubs in the National League North and South closer to the centre of Leicester, within 36 miles. The one I managed last year is down here somewhere, Kettering, just there, slightly nearer. So we're just gradually moving slightly further away from that area. I don't know who it will be next year. That's all part of the surprise, isn't it? Eyebrows have been raised in the world of football at the appointment of the 38-year-old. Not many more years where I'm going to be a 30-something. I'm actually 39. My birthday will be a few days into the game. Very soon, that's going to start showing me as a 40-something, and then I'm not sure how I'm going to cope with it. Who's recently spent time away from club football and is sure to face plenty of questions when he faces the media for the first time at the new Windmill Ground. Was there an old Windmill Ground? Let me know down in the comments. If you're from Leamington, did the new Windmill Ground replace the old Windmill Ground? I need to know, and I need to know sooner than you would imagine. Chapman has put pen to paper on a 1-year deal worth £750 a week. He replaces previous manager Paul Holleran, and I lack the reputation of a survival specialist, which creates an intriguing dynamic with the pundits expecting them to avoid a battle against relegation this season. Oh, good. We're relegation favourites. Obviously, I don't have a reputation. I haven't managed anyone in this world before. But what we do have there is my salary, £750 a week, works out at £39,000 a year, which means it's time for us to find somewhere to live. And first step on that journey, of course, is the good old Halifax Mortgage Calculator. Other mortgage calculators are available, not a sponsor, all that kind of stuff. Although, if any banks do want to sponsor me with their mortgage calculator in future years, My details are all down in the description below. I am absolutely willing and able to sell out, but this is just Halifax, and they reckon I can borrow £175,000 based on my starting salary at Leamington. Starting salaries in Football Manager have risen exponentially in recent years. It's not so long ago that we weren't getting to 100,000 on this, and we'd have to live in a shed or a garage or something. But £175,000, even somewhere like Leamington Spa, which is apparently quite expensive, I think we should be able to sort ourselves out. Guess we should probably check, shouldn't we? Which, of course, brings us to Rightmove. Of course, not the only place you can buy houses from, but this is a bunch of houses in Leamington up to £175,000. One bedroom flat for sale, long lease. I don't want a long lease. I want to buy. That's right. Hold on. Why are we looking at highest price? Let's go lowest price. We don't want to go too crazy. It's really pushing this flat. One bedroom flat for Leam Terrace. I might look at that. Well, we certainly don't want to go down the route of shared ownerships. We've looked at shared ownerships in the past. Shared ownership, not ideal. Let's have a look at the featured property. We might just go for the featured property. It looks very snazzy. I tell you what, this is a nice area, isn't it? Goodness me. Second floor apartment, beautiful period property in the sought after Leam Terrace. Just a few minutes walk from the parade and Leamington's train station. Is it Leam or Lem? Because it's not Leamington. Oh, the locals are going to hate me. Let's look at the floor plan. So I mean, there's not a lot to it, is there? We come in the door and we've got a lounge, dining room, kitchen and a bedroom. Let's have a look at some of these pictures. It does look pretty from outside. It looks a bit like, I mean, that's very Ted Lasso outside, I think. The house he lives in on there. I'll take that. They've put me in a nice little flat. One chair in this room. We all know, if you've been around on Non-League to Legend in the past, the chair is the main measure of the wealth of a person. And we have a chair in this room. Although, is it a chair or a bed? How is that TV? I don't know if I can live here. They've attached the TV to the wall but left the stand on the bottom. That hurts me on a lot of levels. We have a look in the other room. So that is one side of your lounge, diner, kitchen area, because there's the kitchen at the other end of it, including a worktop on wheels. Still only the one chair so far, which is a little bit alarming. There's the bedroom. So we are starting right at the bottom of the housing ladder here because we've only got one chair. But that's something we can work on. I'd say that front door and the little bit of a almost balcony, which I guess isn't ours, I think it looks nicer from the outside than it does on the inside. That'll do. That's going to make the players think I'm wealthy, even though I'm sleeping on that and a bed that barely fits in the room that it's in, and my worktop is on wheels. And I mean, I never tell anyone about that TV situation. Let's get on with managing the football club. We need to get promoted fast so that I can move out of this. So I guess it's time to go and meet the team. Jim's the chairperson. It's with great pleasure that I welcome you to Leamington. Ahead of discussion regarding the club's vision and objectives, we've prepared a welcome pack. Thank you very much, Jim. Very kind of you. So club reputation is 1 star. Lovely orange kit. Media prediction is a 20th place finish. That's not ideal. We have got a director of football in place and an assistant manager already. Mark and Martin, how are you doing, boys? And our fierce rivals are Stratford. Is Stratford going to be in this league? I don't know what league Stratford are in. We are going to be in the FA Cup and the FA Trophy. And our best period of success was in the 2010s. So fairly recently, we won the 9th tier in 2007. This club has come from quite low down, it seems. Won the 7th tier in 1983 and 2013. Won the 8th tier in 2009. We're now in the 6th tier. The new Windmill Ground has a capacity of 2,300. Poor facilities throughout. Our financial status is okay. We've got no money to spend, but we do have a wage budget of £4,500, which seems generous. Does that seem generous compared to some of the starting budgets we've had in the past? This is our first 11, according to the game. Anyway, our key player is Jack Edwards, who is a central midfielder. So this is Jack Edwards, 30-year-old central midfield player. He's our key man. Our captain is also Jack Edwards. Is he also going to be the highest paid player? We've got a fairly professional squad, and top earner, hot prospect is Mike Mayle, who is a new gen, who is also an attacking midfielder. And then I think it said the highest paid player was Jake Weaver in goal, 24-year-old goalkeeper. Interesting. 4-2-3-1. We're probably not going to do a 4-2-3-1. They're looking for me to, I mean, what about that for a club culture? Strive to make progress on and off the pitch. Nothing specific in mind. Just as long as we're a little bit better at the end than we were at the start, we'll consider that a success. The 5-year plan is just work within the wage budget. This year, we're looking to avoid relegation. Next year, become an established team in this league. And by the end of the 5-year plan, just get into the top half of the National League North. I'd like to think we'll make faster progress than that. But I guess we shall see. So we have a few of these inbox messages. I mean, I have no idea. Apparently, we've offered contracts already. Nice. Okay. Really? We haven't. Maybe that just means they've just signed contracts, maybe. Either way, we don't need to worry about that just yet. We don't know who's good or not. We're not going to do any of the tutorials and things. We'll accept that vision. What we just want to do is meet the team. So let's have a look to see who's good. Of course, I am using the LOLLUJO squad view, which is now available to download on the Steam Workshop, as is my schedule view as well. So you can download either of those off the Steam Workshop, along with some set piece stuff I've put on there as well. So if you're interested in that kind of stuff, Steam Workshop is your friend. But it looks like a really small squad. How many players have we got in this squad? We might need numbers. 18 people in the first team squad. That's the under 23s, so your reserve team. 12 people in there, but all but one of them are kids, and presumably no under 18. Oh, there is some under 18s as well. Quite a lot of under 18s. But actual senior players, we've only got 19 at the club. How are we doing for money? Not got much. And we've got a little bit of room in the wage budget. So £4,500 a week budget. We're spending 4,100. Quite a generous scouting budget. We've got a bigger scouting budget than we have bank balance, which seems rather financially irresponsible from my buddy Jim. He was called Jim, wasn't he? Jim? Jim. Of course he's called Jim. 2 first names, Jim. We need to probably find you a surname. You look like you deserve one. But Jim. So let's have a look at the squad. It looks like some of these he's on a very low contract. These are all on actual year contracts, so we haven't got anyone on non-contract. So it's going to be challenging to release any of these players because they are all here for the year. So we might be, if anyone from Leamington's watching, don't be upset by the word stuck that I'm about to use. We might be stuck with some of these boys for a little bit longer than ordinarily we would be. But if we have a look at who the best players are, we already knew about Jack Edwards. So this is Jack Edwards, can play anywhere up the middle, has been at Leamington for a long time. I can see why he's captain and considered best player. He can play as an attacking midfielder, but his best position, central midfielder, is a box-to-box or a ball-winning midfielder. They're both roles I will very much be looking to use. So Jack Edwards, he's sorted. He's going to be fine. So second best player, or equal best player, I guess, both on 4 stars, Dan Turner, 23-year-old left winger, pretty much all he can do. So that's immediately telling me we need a tactic with a left winger in it. In fact, looking down, right winger, we don't really have an attacking midfielder because Edwards is definitely going to be playing centre mid. This is already pushing me towards a 4-2-4, I think. Well, having said that, we don't have a striker. We don't have anyone whose best position is a striker. We've got players who can play there. Kelsey Mooney. Oh, to be fair, Kelsey Mooney is a striker. Okay, so we do have strikers. What about the other right winger? See, he is an out-and-out right winger. So I'm thinking we're probably going to do something 4-2-4-y. If we just have a look at a basic 4-2-4 to begin with. Obviously, this will change over the course of the summer as players start to come in. But if we start off with this as a starting point, we've got... Is that going to sort... What was the guy's name? Jack Edwards. Why was Jack Edwards not showing up as the best centre mid? We have to put position in first. So if we say box-to-box midfielder, and then we get Jack Edwards, and if we make the other guy a ball-winning midfielder, so Edwards might end up playing over that side, but our next best player was Turner, who is more of an inside forward, apparently. He is a right footer on the left. Very fancy for this level. So we've got an inside forward who can play on that side. So those two are in. We've then got Simon May, who is the ball-winning midfielder that we want. So he can go, Simeon May. Sorry, Simeon. My mistake. So Simeon May can go in there. We've got our midfield. Kyle Morrison is, I mean, it was saying right back, but his natural position is centre back. He's 6 foot tall and has 4 for crossing. Kyle, if you think you're a right back, your world's about to be turned upside down. You're obviously a centre back. So Kyle's going to go in there. We've got a team forming. Kelsey Mooney, we already know, is a striker. So Kelsey Mooney is going to go in there, not as a deep lying forward, though. He likes to be a pressing forward. So he can be a pressing forward on support, and then we need a goal scorer ahead of him. Devon Kelly Evans is the right winger, so he can go, learn the buttons, Kev, he can go out there. And we're starting to see where we need to get some players in. Jake Weaver in goal. Highest paid player at the club, quite far down this list. That might be something that's worth having a little look at. He can be a goalkeeper or a sweeper keeper, which is handy. We've then got Joe Parker, who can play up front or wide on either side. So I think for now, we slot him in up here and maybe put them that way around. So I think Mooney can play as an advanced forward. He can be the pressing forward. But we're now starting to get into the kind of range where we probably need to replace some of these guys. Defence certainly seems to be something we need to work on. Stephen Morley's our best left back, but he's 34. And that is not really ideal, having a 34-year-old. You know, I like an attacking wing back. We've then got Joe Clark, who's not going to get in the team because we've got 2 players in ahead of him. James Mace, a 36-year-old right back or centre back. Again, probably a centre back, James. So James Mace is going to go in at centre back, but we've got an ageing defence here, and then Josh Martin as right back. So that is my initial first 11. But I'm already thinking we want to young up the defence a little bit. We probably need a striker as well, because neither of these two really want to play as that main goal scoring threat. I think this midfield 4 is probably good. We might even do something like that, play him a little bit deeper and just have him further forward. But I think we've got the basis of something half decent there. With the money that we've got, £400 spare in the budget, we're not really going to be able to move anybody on. We can't really afford to. We've not got much in the way of players as it is. So I am thinking we're probably going to have to look at loans, maybe 1 or 2 permanent players, but largely loans in those key areas. But I think we can put together a team that's capable of avoiding relegation from this league. The media prediction is 20th place. We don't have anybody in the Dream 11, as you'd imagine, but we'll be fine. Have we got anyone? No one good coming through. It's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. We're going to go away, do some transfers. Next episode will be the start of the new season, and we are going to be playing Gateshead and Alfreton. So Gateshead, Alfreton are a team I've started with on Non-League Legend in the past. Gateshead, usually quite good at this level, I think. What a snazzy kit they've got as well. So that's going to be an interesting challenge. We've already got a testimonial in. Goodness me, how long has he been at the club? Here I am talking about moving him on. He's been here for 10 years. He's not played for 2. So, yeah. Is he a coach? Is he on the coaching team as well, maybe? Nope. But he can coach. So maybe we'll look to get him doing some coaching. There is work to do, but you should be able to see that work done later on today. Like I said at the start, if we get 5,000 likes on this video by 9 o'clock tonight, then you'll get episode 2 tonight. You'll see the transfers. You'll see what we've come up with tactically, and we'll be able to play those first couple of games of the new season today on launch day. What more could you possibly want? If you've enjoyed that, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for daily Football Manager videos. And thank you very much for watching.